For a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next line item number 3, corrections to and the approval of the agenda. If you guys will see on the consent agenda, there's been 2 things added as noted by asterisks beside them. Other than that, is there any corrections that need to be made to the agenda? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Mr. Lamb, do you have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, public comment. We have no one signed up for that. Next line item is the introduction of the student representative, Mr. Ethan Smith, and I'll turn this over to Mike for that.
So everybody can see at the end of the table, Mr. Ethan Smith is our student representative to the school board. And board policy that you passed last month would be the president of the student body, and Ethan serves as that at Stewart County High School. What I know of Ethan is everything is great. He's a model student. He golf team and baseball. Yes. Plays golf and baseball, top 10% in his class, probably going to be, and he's a legacy to the school board. His grandfather, Kenny Collins, was a school board member. So I want to welcome Ethan. He'll be at all of our meetings, and he will either we're going to put you on the spot next meeting, we're going to have a report from you every school board meeting. So you kind of tell us what's going on in the schools, and if students have a concern, I'm sure the school board wants to hear things, and just welcome to this. I think it's a great thing for our school board and our system to have students represented. This is something that I think is a good thing, and I appreciate the board passing this policy last time. So welcome aboard.
Before we move on, Ethan, why don't you tell us what your ACT score was?
33.
33.
Yeah, buddy.
Great job. Next, we have the employee appreciation. I'll turn this over to Mr. Kyle.
Miss Carmen Wallace, if you could, I don't know if you can get up here. If you can, get over here by the flag, please. So this is my first time getting to do the employee appreciation. Thank you, Gary, and everybody for letting me do it. Miss Carmen, thank you for coming here to receive this. So, to brag about Miss Carmen, she's been driving a bus for our school system for 21 years. In that 21 years, driving pretty much the same route, which is up 49. I don't even know how far you go, but Carlisle, all the way to Carlisle. So within that itself, the dedication to driving a bus when parents are putting their students on there every day and trusting you with that is nothing short of a miracle that you have put in for that long. For that, I want to thank you from everybody in the county, their parents. I don't know of a more valorous profession, so thank you for that. Every time I've seen you, you have a contagious smile. You're smiling, you're waving, you're honking. Everybody has fun. We've had, in a minute, Megan and the kids wanted to say stuff, so we're going to talk about that. But thank you for providing that for the children. Sometimes that might be the only thing they see positive that morning. So thank you for doing that for so long. You are an asset to Stewart County, and I hope that you continue for however long you want to. Personally, you are our kid, or were our kid's bus driver when we moved here. You're one of the first people we met in the system, and from the beginning, in the school system. And from the beginning, me and Megan were like, man, I like Miss Carmen. She's awesome. So we were at ease sending the kids with you. It's something that you look at as a parent, you know, that you want your children to feel safe, and you want to feel confident in who's driving. So more personal stuff is when Megan fell down our stairs and got injured, you brought food over for us to eat. She's like, yeah, do you remember Miss Carmen cooked food? I was in stitches and laid up. That's something that you don't have everywhere. And I mean, that's just thank you truthfully from us. We did the luau. You stopped and in the school party, you know, we had, what's the things around the neck? Lays and all that. Yeah. We had all that stuff and you stopped and party with us. So truthfully, me and Megan want to thank you so much. And Harper said that thank you for everything that you did, and her favorite thing was giving you so much candy, or giving her so much candy. So, but hey, in all truthness, you are such an asset. We're so thankful and grateful for you, and I hope that you continue to do it for a little while, and just thank you for everything that you've done. And we have a certificate for you, so thank you, Ms. Carmen.
Thank you. I'm just so humbled and so honored. I wasn't expecting this, and it's just really a surprise. And I love the kids, and I love our community, and I love the community, how we work together. It's just not about me. It's about all of us, the bus drivers and the staff and all the mechanics that we work with, and Mr. Saunders, all the principals and the high school principals, and it's just, we're a team. And it's a team effort. It takes all of us to do this. And the children are precious, and especially to our God, our Heavenly Father. He wants us to protect, to take care, and watch over them, and love them with all our hearts and our souls, because they are the next generation. We just have the baton, and we're handing it to them. These kids are precious. 21 years I don't take lightly. And after today, I'm encouraged to go another 21.
Thank you, Kyle. It's wonderful. Next, we have the approval of the minutes from the meeting of July 10th. You guys have those. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Lamb. Do we have a second? Second. Mr. Shelton. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next, we have the consent agenda. You guys have that on there. Do we have a motion to approve that?
Motion.
Yes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Gillum. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next line item, we have the teacher tenure discussion approval. And at this time, I'll turn this back over to Mike.
All right, in your packet, there is a list of teachers that have met the qualifications in the statute in the state of Tennessee to be eligible for tenure, and these 9 individuals were recommended by their principals and myself to receive tenure from Stewart County High School. We have Miss Heather Atkins from Stewart County High School, Kevin Hargis, who is the ALC teacher and boys basketball coach at the high school, Joey Jackson from Stewart County High School, Leanna Oliver from Stewart County High School, Tracy Story from Stewart County High School, Brittany Tabor from Stewart County High School, Mr. James Strong from Stewart County Middle School, Jeanette Travis from Dover Elementary, and Candace Wallace from Dover Elementary. These folks have done a great job and have earned this, I think, a great honor. And this is a way to show that we want to retain them, and I wholeheartedly recommend that the school board approve them for tenure.
Thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion to approve the teacher tenure list you have for you? Motion by Ms. Fitchie. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lamb. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the list of teacher tenure that you have before you, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Teachers, you are tenured. Congratulations. Before we move on to the next one, teachers that were just here and families, we understand that some of this meetings isn't very pleasant. If you would like to leave, you will not be discredited or talked about after you leave. If you'd like to leave, that's fine. But if you'd love to stay, we'd love to have you too. May have a luau party if Kyle wants to. Next, we have the approval of the amendments to 141. Mike?
In your packet, thank y'all for coming. Yes.
I gotta go work on
All right, budget amendment 141. Can you cover this? There's an explanation in there for what all these amendments are for. It should be on the very first part of your sheet there, your packet. And Mr. Wynn, just so everybody would understand, we're it's a pretty good amount of money we're amending to the budget, but some of it's just we had to redo from last year. Number one, the money for the golf facility and the ball field bathrooms, which is $200,000, was appropriated in a 25 budget, but was not expended at the end of the year. The money reverted back to fund balance. This amendment brings the money back from fund balance and appropriates it for the 26 budget. In addition, this amendment appropriates $500,000 from fund balance for a roof replacement at Dover Elementary. Okay. The next amendment is appropriating the refund money we have received from the state to reimburse us for the $2,000 bonuses that the board approved last spring. Teachers received their bonus on July 28th, so this is money that's coming in from, they reimbursed us from the state. We're just putting it into our accounts. And then the next one, amendments and reimbursement from the state for summer camp transportation expenses. We expended that money to pay for transportation, and they reimburse us for it. And that will be going into the budget. Then finally, the last amendment is reimbursement from the state for summer camp instructional expenses. And you can see the amounts that are on there on your sheet. And have any questions? If I can't answer them, I know Mr. Gwynn or Dr. Duncan can answer those questions.
Thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion to approve the amendments of 141?
Question first.
Let's get a motion first, and we'll
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Kyle. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Shelton. Now discussion. Mr. Gillum.
Okay, the 500,000 for the roof. Are we going to tear that stuff off like we didn't know what to do?
The rubber, the way that we're going to write the bid, if the money's approved, they can peel back the roof and replace anything that's wet underneath of it, and then put the rubber back down on top of it.
Okay.
Or PVC, I'm sorry.
Need PVC? Or just,
It'd be PVC.
yeah, okay.
But what they do is they take that stuff off, because we talked to some roofers. They'll peel that, what's on there now will be peeled back, and they'll just pull it off the side, and then they come in behind it and put the PVC back on top of it. So yes, we will be removing the old roof.
Okay.
That's, and the reason, originally we thought we could just do a layover without
That's what I was
tearing
thinking.
anything off. But this won't be as big a job as going to Stewart. It's going to roll right off, and they said that it would be easily. And the reason for doing that, if we had any leaks, if it got down in that insulation, they want to be able to go in and take that out and replace it.
So they will have a contingency thing like that,
Yes.
that they can't, that it could cost a little bit more because they
Yes,
haven't peeled
but
some
I think
off.
500 will cover it all, even if they have to replace
Oh, Okay.
We got estimates on it, and that's why we shot for that now. It's, I mean, all the estimates we got were right around there. Or one was, and then one was a lot higher, but we think we can do it for that.
So that's gonna be the entire roof at Dover Elementary?
The roof, yes, the
Yes,
entire
the
building.
entire building,
And the
yes.
gym, all of it.
The entire
When we
elementary
finish,
school.
we'll have a roof on there with a 20-year guarantee. I'm hoping that's the last roof I put on as the director of schools.
Any questions? Any other discussion?
On the 200,000, is that just money just sitting there, not
You did
doing anything?
You did not expend it, so it went back into the fund balance, and now you'll have to reappropriate it to spend it.
Okay, have you got any estimates on what this thing gonna run?
I haven't seen any come in from the first phase from the shell. Last month, we just approved the design.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they're not at that point yet. I don't think for seeking those bids yet that I've seen. Any other discussion? We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor of the approval of the 141 minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the Benevolence Fund guidelines and the approval process. Okay, you guys will have that there. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr. Slam, do we have a second? Second. Mr. Slam. Okay, Mr. Craig, if you'll.
Real brief, of course, y'all approved, I guess it was last year, to have a benevolence fund that we have set up through the Family Resource Center. Miss Cindy Myers is in charge of that. And after talking on advice from the state auditors, we needed to have a plan on how the money would be dispersed. And in here, it says how this will happen. I think we've only dispersed one thing for an emergency last year. Sydney's really interested in building the fund up, and then when people need it, we'll be able to do it. This just covers us, that all the money will be accounted for by following these policies. So it was a recommendation from the state auditors that we have this, and so we came up with this and brought it to you for approval.
Any discussion? Mike, you know how often this is used, or?
It's only been used once so far, but it will, I can see that it's going to be used a lot, like when, somebody's house burns down, we can help with that. If, it's even a contingency in there, people having trouble paying their bills, electric bill, and they can apply for that. So it hasn't been used much yet, but it's there. Now, we do hand out a lot of stuff that is donated when people need things. We have, every school has I'm trying to think how to put this. I know at Dover they have the pantry at Dover Elementary, where if they need to get stuff for people who are in need, we have that. But this is mostly monetary.
I know it says that it won't be directly given to families, so we don't have to worry about receipts and things like that. That's more or less to cover us, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Just to keep account of where the money's
Right,
going.
absolutely.
I think it's a great idea. I know that Cindy is doing a lot with kids that can't afford local sporting things. She's made sure they've been able to play. I know that for a fact. So this is great. She's doing a great job. Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor of approving the Benevolence Fund guidelines and the process, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we have the discussion and approval of moving the November meeting due to the conflict with the TSBA convention. Do we have a motion there?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And discussion.
Do we have a date before or after right now?
That's what this
Oh, okay.
right here is for. If y'all want to try to get one today, or put this off to give a dates that you're available at the next meeting, or whatever, or not cancel it, or move it, period. It's whatever you guys want to decide, so. But I know there's, how many's going to the November? 3 or 4 of them, so.
And we have the thing that Thursday for the, so.
If we could get an tentative date, that would be great. 'Cause I think
The
all
week-
of our busy lives.
Yeah, so the week
It would be
after that
really
is the
good.
week before Thanksgiving, so that may be difficult for some people. So the 6th might be the best, that first Thursday,
First Thursday.
the 6th, November 6th.
You're saying move it to November 6th?
November 6th. Yeah. I just think if we go ahead and get a date, that's really not that far away.
Yeah, no, it's not. And then, like I said, the week before Thanksgiving, I know people are gonna be nuts anyway, so.
And it don't have to be on Thursday.
Oh.
We have plenty of time now to put it in the paper, we can, whatever.
I think November 6th is fine with me.
Let's keep it on
because-
Thursday.
Thursday.
So the first Thursday.
Well, first, let me
It's
see.
on Thursday.
Is everybody okay with that? Going around?
Yeah.
Mr. Darrell, you okay with the 6th?
Yeah, I just, no, I didn't know which days it was. Either the 6th or the 20th, it's fine with me.
Okay. Everybody's good for the 6th then? Since I said that, we'll just say November 6th. Okay. And we'll have to vote, so we'll just, I'm writing that down there. Okay, so we have can we get a amended motion to have the moving of the November meeting to November 6th?
Make an amendment motion to move the meeting to November 6th.
Motion by Mr. Lamb, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gillen. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Great job, guys, working together. If you can't be there, like, we know it's happened, so. All right, next we have the director's report.
Got a few things tonight. First of all, I put beside your packets a couple of charts. They look like this. One is like a legal size that has plot, scatter plot, and the other is a graph. I just wanted to kind of just very briefly, because we don't have the full picture of what we did with TCAP. All we have is the achievement, and without getting too specific, where I identify specific teachers, because if you start in a system our size, we're so small that if I start talking about specific teachers in a specific grade, then a specific school, everybody will figure out who the teacher is. And we'll wait until we get their whole picture of what they did before we go public with that. But on this chart, I just wanted to point out to you, you have ELA, math, science, and social studies. And if you look at the bottom, it shows, we just looked at a five-year trends on where we are at with our achievement part of the puzzle. Well, also you have to remember we also have the growth part, and that will be released later on in the year, and then we'll have our letter grade after Christmas in January. But as you can see, in every subject except science, and we know we've got work to do on in science, and we just purchased a curriculum, and hopefully we're really focusing on science this year. But if you will notice the trend, since 2021, we've seen steady growth, some years more than other, in all subject areas except science. And the numbers there are showing that maybe not as much as we want, but all these are above state average too. I didn't put that on there, but we were looking at that too. And I won't get into specifics about counties around us. We compared ourselves to other counties, and some of them we did a lot better than they did. And so counties our size too, we feel like that we're doing a pretty good job there. And we always know we got ways to improve, and we're already working hard for a while. So our Dr. Duncan and our instructional coaches and principals and assistant principals are really working hard to continue to see this growth. The other chart that I gave you, and I wanted to point this out because this is an area that sometimes we don't talk about, but this is the AP classes that we offer, advanced placement classes that we offer at the high school. We've got U.S. history, calculus, pre-calculus, and world history. And if you score a 3 or above on advanced placement classes, you get 3 hours of college credit in that class. So, American history this year, we had 6 students take AP history. All 6 scored 3 or above. AP calculus, we had 16 students take that, and 50% got a 3, which I think is that's above national average. AP pre-calculus, we had 35. 91% of our students scored high enough to receive college credit pre-calculus, and then world history only had 1 student, but he did score above a 3. So we were very proud of our students who are taking those hard advanced classes and what they did, and we felt good about the performance there. Next on any questions about that? And that's just a very brief overview. Again, in January, we'll have the whole letter grade deal, and I'll be able to tell you a lot more once we go through all the data.
Hey Mike, one thing real quick on the AP stuff. I know again, out of the 4 subjects we got a 4th grade, but the ones that didn't, so like the 8 that did not score over a 3, will they be able to retake something to be able to get that credit, or do they have to retake the class?
They got credit.
I got the credit for high school. I'm saying they get to retake the test for college credit.
I don't believe so. Can y'all help me with that?
I mean, if they retook the class, they could
They retook the class. They had to take the whole class over again.
And technically, you could take the test without taking the class if they wanted to.
Oh, okay.
So,
Any other questions? All right, give you an update on the some things going on at the annex and the theater. We purchased and have put in a new curtain. The old one was, I don't know, probably 50 years old maybe. It was old. But we replaced that. At the moment, we're in the process of the stage floor is being replaced and renovated, and that we had an Eagle Scout who wanted to take that on as a project, and we're allowing them, he and his father and some other people are working on it, and we're supplying the materials to do it. So hopefully in the next month, right now if you go over there and try to walk on the stage, you go straight down, they tore it all out, all of the top of it. So we're hoping that within the next month that the stage floor will be completed. We've spent some money last year, and the roof is not leaking in the auditorium part now. Now the next thing we're going to work on is the dressing room areas and things like that. So just a little update on that. First 2 weeks of school we've gotten off to a great start, I think. Seems, we have had very little issues. I had some, I think Ms. Fitch, you asked me about the fishing team. We found out that the middle school can participate in the high school fishing teams, so we're going to offer that for any children who want to. If they can, now you have to understand, we don't provide a bass boat, they have to have those things, but they can fish, they'll be able to fish in tournaments, and the current high school coach, Ms. Chanel, has agreed to take on the middle school kids, so we'll have another opportunity for them there.
Mike?
Yes.
Do they, with each sporting division, money's given to them? I know they have to fundraise. Is there money given to the fishing team?
Not from the school, we pay the coach.
Okay. But the other sporting teams get money, do they? They're just the coach? Is it
Well,
not?
other teams get some money. Yeah,
Okay.
we have not funded the fishing team. I do not believe we have.
Okay.
I think we did.
We did?
You did?
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah, we
Flynn.
did.
Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay.
There's a lot.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay. I just didn't know with it being new and not being
Well,
there
we've
very
had
long.
high school fishing
Oh,
for
I
a
know.
while.
Yes,
And so,
yes.
and we have given, but the cost for us is minimal. I think we help pay the entrance fees and things like that to the tournaments. But as far as just like if you play golf, we don't supply your golf clubs
Right,
and all
that's
that.
understandable,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So,
I just didn't know if there was a fund of money, because I know it's a
Yes.
lot of fundraising with all of them,
Mhm.
and with the different sporting teams, the amount of money so it's not the same for every sporting team, of the money that's provided for them.
Some sports cost more to run than others.
Okay.
Like football's gonna get more than cross country. It's cheaper. The next board meeting, we will be videoing that, and then we'll upload the meetings after the meetings. We're not gonna live stream them, but we will be able to do that, and we'll have that for the next meeting. I know that was a question a lot of people had. But we'll upload tonight after the meeting, so people wanna watch them whenever they want. Okay? Jamie is studying, and we're looking at, I know last meeting there were some questions about parking and handicap. We're looking at how we're gonna do that for the ball fields. We've got till spring to get that going, and we should by spring have a plan, so anybody that needs assistance getting to the field, we're just gonna try to find the best way to do that. So that's in the works too. And then I'd like to give a shout out to people here in the central office, our staff. We met with our comptroller auditors today for our exit, and we had 0 findings again. And I just want to say that Mr. Gwynn and Miss Gina Link, Miss Amy Nelson, Miss Ellen Osborne, Miss Crystal Aldridge, they worked very hard getting all the information together. And that team right there, our auditor today said that we're the first one they did this year again. We're done with it. It's now that's everything's under review, and I guess somebody could find something small, but we didn't have any findings, and we didn't even have any recommendations. So just want to tell our staff how great a job they did to get all that prepared, taking care of our money. So but that's all I got.
Any questions for Mike? Next, we have board member comments, questions, and discussion. This is something Ms. Fitchie had asked for us to do, and this is an opportunity for you as a board member to comment, to question, discuss whatever in this time of the meeting. So this is where we'll be now, and whoever would like to go first.
I'd just like to start saying I'd like to see this on every agenda that we have, because after talking with Tammy at TSBA, that's what other boards do, and I feel like sometimes the communication, we get our news from social media, and you don't know, you start trying to answer other parents, and we don't have that factual. So I feel like it's a way to bring it to the community, it's a way to get it out to our constituents, because as I said last month, this has nothing to do with the 7 of us. We represent a district that we're supposed to be responsible and accountable to. So that was my reason. After I spoke with Tammy at TSBA, I asked her about it, and she said other school systems did this. So I would like to see this from now on. I do have a few questions, but since I actually asked it to be put on here, I'll leave it open for someone else to start. And I'll leave mine last.
Well, I'll just, because we had talked about the communication was definitely an issue, and I learned everything off Facebook. I mean, I don't have anybody calling me saying, and I'm talking about parents, I'm talking about y'all, to let me know something has happened or whatever. And I would like to see us work a little better with that. One of the other questions, I mean, not really one question, that was a statement, but that leads into like a list of employees and stuff like that. We used to get stuff like that tells us who's all employed at the school, new hires, those type of things, and we don't get that anymore. And I would like to see that, you know. And my questions are completely random, and I'm gonna end up jumping over somebody. One of y'all asked.
That's why I'm waiting till last.
You go ahead.
Mike answered some of my questions with the sport funds, and so, you know, that's why I'm gonna wait till last, so, go ahead.
Go ahead, Daryl, because I'll probably, this next one will probably be something that you're fixing to.
Well,
Go
before
ahead.
we go forward, Mike, is that something? Can we start getting a list of employees and new hires as
I'll have
they
it
do?
next week. I'm probably, Miss Crystal can have it together tomorrow. I'm not gonna be in the office tomorrow, but we'll get you something early next week. Is emailing it to you okay?
Oh, I don't care, that's fine. Just something we used to get, and then it just fell by the wayside, and so it's just beneficial to know.
It is.
Yeah, what I was like to see, I would like to see us give just a little bit more warning, a more bigger, longer notice on stuff like this. Besides, whenever we walk in and we got something in front of us, and all we got to do is turn it over to see it. That's kind of, and we didn't have a time to even see what was even on that piece of paper or anything like it. So that would be a big plus for me right there. Is it, and then ain't a certain amount of time you're supposed to have, 5 days? 10 days in advance?
7.
7 days in
We
advance.
get you the agenda and the board packet 7 days.
When I pull the policy, it says 5. Not to dispute you, but I've
Okay.
got the policy,
We
it
always
says
do
5 days.
We always do it 7.
Yeah,
So
that's
you'll have
great,
it
but it
clean
says
time.
5 days, and then if someone wants to place something on the agenda, it's 10 days. Is what the policy that I have, that was adopted in 2018.
But the 10 days, is that it?
The 10
Is that
days
the
is it,
public?
yeah, that's if the public want, but it says that we are to get it 5 days in advance so it can be posted for the public to see. But if we come in and there's something on here that night, there's no way the public's gonna be able to see that. And there's no way that we're representing our public, because our public is our taxpayers. So, you know, there we are. It's kind of a little contradictory thing. It does say that we can add or take away. I think, Charles, you looked at it as well. It's to add to or take away, but then all at the same time, it says 5 days so the public can be posted. But then when we come in and there's things on here that we haven't even seen for us to vote on, then it's actually saying that the public's definitely not gonna be aware of it at all. So, I mean, it's a little bit contradictory, it really is, to me.
We can correct that.
I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine.
So.
No, it's a good question.
I mean, you know, that's what, because I went ahead and pulled the policy after last month, because I did not look at that job description, and because I didn't have time, and when I got home, I looked at it, and it's a model. So I didn't know if we're going by that model, or if there was another one written. Because that model says that it's band, it's drama, it's more of an activities than that. But the 4 that voted for it voted for a model version. So I didn't know if that was the same version that you're going by, or if you've rewritten one. So that's why we just didn't have time to look. And that's not just, I'm not pointing that out, but I'm just saying, that's just an example.
What was the job description? Because I'd like to know, that was one of them.
Well,
I would like to know
the
what that
model,
was listed.
if it's the model, Nick's not gonna get any sleep. Because, I mean, it's like everything, but it was a model version that was
Yes.
approved. The 4
That's right.
votes was approved a model.
That's what we voted on last
The
month,
model.
was that is the job description of the activity/athletic director. We had, I had several models sent to me from TSBA that other schools use, and that's the one I showed Mike and said this seems best for our school system. And that's what I proposed to you guys as a board, to vote that in to have, because that's what we do as a board. We can put things in the school that we want to see done, and that's what we did. That was all after talking with TSBA the whole morning. Before I even put it on the agenda, I called and said, can this happen? And I told you guys why last year. That was 100% on me, had nothing to do with Mike. You know, I apologize again, you know, but that's what happened.
Well, according to TSBA, it should have come from Mike, and, because Mike has to designate the job description. So, you know, in your text, you told me that Mike didn't know anything about it, but according to Ben Torres, you, as far as Mike not knowing anything about it, Mike either has to do it or designate someone to do it. So if Mike didn't know it,
According
then
to-
it was approved unknowing to our director of schools.
Mike knew when I called him that morning and told him. I did consult with TSBA, and they said absolutely a board can create a job position within the school system that they want to see done. And it could create the job description they want, and then the director is in charge of filling that and making sure it's fulfilled.
But you did realize that you just gave somebody a athletic director, they needed 8 years worth of experience, and then in high school, you only allowed 3
For the, 3 for the what?
of experience.
For what position?
High school.
High school
When
what?
Will was hired.
Okay, the principal. Okay.
Do you realize that?
I didn't never looked into the administrator what that recommendation was.
Well, I'm just saying,
There was
that's
several.
what's been presented. and that looks a little lopsided.
I would also like for it to be known though, that I offered for that particular thing to be tabled, and nobody took it.
I never heard that. I did not.
So,
I wanted it.
I want it on video because Facebook kinda got me, right? So, it was offered, I said, nobody wants to table it, I'm gonna make a motion to approve it.
I didn't hear that.
And I did that.
It's recorded, so
I know,
I mean,
that's
you'll have it recorded.
That's actually a good
So,
thing.
He did
you know,
say that.
I
He
did
did
not
say
hear
that.
that,
Thank you.
and that's
Fine.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because I wanted it just for discussion, and I'm not opposed to an athletic director. I'm not opposed to anything that's better for the kids. But as a representative of District 5, I have to be accountable and I have to be held. And I feel like that for new money per se, that we're doing new money. It's not our money.
That's right.
It belongs to the taxpayers. So with that being said, there was not enough time. And then when I get home and see a model version, I'm thinking, poor Nick. I mean, poor Nick, because it's looking at band, it's looking at drama, it's looking at activities, fundraisers, and it's like, that's a lot. But then according to that model version, it is able to be adjusted. So I didn't know if it was adjusted or if it's the same one that we had. If that's the one that was approved. Is it the same one?
Did you hire the athletic activities director with that job description, or have you altered that job description?
I haven't altered.
It hadn't been anything?
Not
Okay, so
yet.
it's gonna be the model version that was approved last month. Okay. Okay. You're in my prayers.
I've been working about 14.
Just so you know,
I've
you're
been
in my
working about-
prayers.
I've been working about
Woo.
14-hour days since we started.
It looks like it's gonna be more if you fulfill all the things that's on that model. That-
On drama and the band and stuff like that, is since we only have one place to practice drama and in one field, or they can go out to play, is that something he has to schedule? Or I reckon Nick, I'll have to ask him, we all.
I can answer that. I mean, yeah, Nick's scheduling, the athletic director is scheduling gyms when they're needed, because we
Yeah, I
have to
agree.
move people around from practices. Because sometimes, right now, you've got volleyball going, but when basketball starts, we've got to work around using that. The band has a practice field up by the new greenhouses, so that's not an issue. And then as far as practice times and gym times, and the theater, who gets to use the theater, he's taking care of that. He's scheduling everything. He has the master calendar for all our sports, and big part of his job is making sure we don't have conflicts.
So what we're saying, the band and drama are a sport.
They're an activity.
Activity.
Athletics/activities director.
So the activity means like the fall festival, the spring festival, all
We're
of
go-
those things through the schools? Or
We're
is
trying
that-
to where we don't have conflicts. Again, it's a work, I hate to say it's a work in progress, but it is, because we never, but I think he's very capable of doing the job. And I know it's taken a lot of work off the principals and assistant principals where they can focus on the academic part of what we're here for. And so, yes, so far, Nick's is working a lot of hours, but I think once we get things kind of settled in, and I think it's going to be a good thing for everybody. That's my opinion.
I don't, personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't think the issue for me is he can't do the job. I think it's just, there was just so many questions that couldn't be answered because 2 hours before, we had no chance to look at anything at all. And I just feel like that was not fair to the board. And I don't think it was fair to anyone, for that matter. Anyone within our, and when I reached out to Gary about it, he had said that you only knew about it right before the meeting. That was in the text. So then I was confused. We were in Gatlinburg, so we went to Ben, and I think Lana and Daryl heard, and he was like, the director of schools is to do the job description, or they are to designate the job description. But my understanding in the text message you didn't know about it. So that's where my issue came in, you know. So that was because I didn't have time to look at it that night. I didn't feel like that I should have to look at it that night because we were here for other things that we had agendas for. So that, you know, I wish things could be a little more open. I feel like that all of us, we have accountability, we have a responsibility, and, you know, we need to be able to state facts of what's going on. Yes.
I don't know what you're saying, state facts, I ain't lied
Well,
to you one time, so I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
sit
say
there
you
and
lied.
lie.
I didn't, and
This
nobody
is over
said the lie.
30 days old. I apologize 30 days ago to you guys, and I'm sorry. I'll say it again, I'm sorry, but I didn't lie to you. Mike ain't lied to you.
Nobody ever said a lie,
So,
Gary.
statement of
You
facts,
said
these are
lie.
the facts. These are the facts.
It was a misunderstanding because I know what you sent me in the text message. And in the text message, you said that Mike just knew it a little bit before the meeting, and I can show it to you.
He did, and he
So then you said you talked to him that morning, a while ago. So, I mean, I don't know. But the main thing is we brought it, and I'm not gonna argue about it. The 4 passed it, it's passed. But the model issue, the way it looked, it could be corrected and tweaked. And I feel like that as a representative that I would like to have more time to represent the people that elected me. Because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about making things better for the school system. And so with that being said, that's all I'm gonna say about it. And I accept your apology. It was just like I said, it was something that I hope and pray that it never happens again.
Y'all think we need to revisit that one policy where we're contradicting ourselves? Do we need to relook at that? Do we need to set a time to sit down and kind of look at that together?
Which one?
The one that Lisa just
The
read.
agenda one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, Charles is,
Well, I'm trying to figure out which
It's
policy.
it's
The
the-
5-day or the 7-day?
The 5
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
5
do we need
days.
to make that more clear? Should that be made more clear, the wording? I mean, is that something we want to sit down and look at, see if we can fix that?
honestly, I would like to sit down as a board and have a working session. We used to have working sessions all the time on policies. And I think anytime these policies come in, one word can make all the difference in the world. And one word can change everything. And I would like to see our working sessions come back. Because I think it gives us a chance, you know, we're not rushed for time. We can express how we feel. We can take recommendations from Mr. Craig. And I think and I think that's one of the best starts to communication, myself, is working sessions. And I think we need
have
them.
a question about the policy thing, and Mike, you might be able to answer this for either one of you guys too. How long have we been with TSBA? Y'all know?
Over 30 years, I know.
And they've always done the same things, correct? Okay. And I know that the majority of our policies come from the recommendation of TSBA, with Jennifer White and all them.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
It's y'all's meeting, but I'd
Please.
be happy to speak to this.
Yeah.
Every year, our state legislature passes tons of laws that deal with education. I mean, and it's getting more and more, it seems like. I mean, since I've been director, they do a lot more every year that we have to put into place. So TSBA, we pay them to give us model, and most school systems, I know this is how they do it. They send us the model policies to line up with state law that has just been passed. So every year, we sit down just to save time. I'd be happy to have work sessions and we can go through all of them. I mean, how many we pass and, I mean, that's fine. We've done this way since and even before I was director, so it would save, you know, I guess just to make things a little more efficient. But I'll be happy to have work sessions every board meeting if you want to. It's your board meetings. If y'all want to have work sessions, we can have them anytime that you want. And if next summer, when the board policies come in, if we want to have a work session, we better sit down and y'all be ready to spend, if we're going to go through every one of them, a lot of time.
We can break them down.
Right.
Exactly. But
So I think that's a great idea.
well, according to Ms. Tammy, the board is supposed to oversee the changes and take recommendations from you, Mr. Craig. And I know it puts a lot on you, but what she told me is that These are board policies to implement for the be carried out the day-to-day operations. And the board should be involved. Now that's what she told me. And I mean, you know, y'all welcome to call her. She's the executive there, and you know, I just, you know, I felt like that I've known her. She's been there as long as I've been here, and I felt like calling her, I could get a little bit more information about the board instead of the laws of what we're talking about, because she pretty much knows everything. I mean, she does.
We'll be happy.
And she does a great job.
We were doing this for efficiency, and I will be happy next year when we have to pass policies.
Now, I'm
We'll-
just
we'll
saying
get
that
it.
I think
No,
working
I-
sessions, you
Lisa,
know,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, I
know,
agree with you.
I know. Well, and you know what? You're having to work on something that you're gonna have to work by too. And you know, you think about it, not all the responsibility is yours. We are a policy making board. That's what we are. That's what we do.
Well, just
You know.
talking about that though, you know, today actually, I actually yesterday spoke with Jennifer White at TSBA about policy 6.6 that we're going to have in our agenda for next month to talk about. It's just a slight word change, and that's all it is. Just because of to
Yeah.
line up with the state law, and I mean we're already doing what the state law says. Our policy is with the state law, but it's just a little extra step to cover us. So yeah, we can go through every one of them, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are the experts. They are the ones that know the laws inside and out, and we do need to take their recommendation, and we always have. I mean, you know, and that's why I was just asking how long we've been with them, because we, like I said, I thought we had. I thought we had at least the last 20 years. But that's how long I've
It's
been
been
around.
over 30.
Yeah, you would be
Philip did it.
surprised how
He was-
how one word would change.
Well, and
changes
that's the other thing too. The difference in now and 30 years ago
Yes.
is we have a lot more digital things now. So you know, you want to know something, we can go on here right now on our website, type in one key word, and we're going to be able to have that policy in our hands, and that's nice compared to years ago. I remember sitting in this boardroom and putting them in the big old 3-ring binders. So yeah, I mean it's great, and we do need to go through it. If you know,
I
100%.
just think as a responsibility and being accountable for the board, and like I said, not do 20 at one time if you don't want to, whatever, but break them down, because I just know
We
working.
did 20 at one time because we had to have them in place before the school
Right,
year
but I'm
started.
saying if we have to do 20 at one time, but then if we see them and break them down, because I think it's better communication with the board, because I don't even think this board has good communication, because we can't. We're in violation of the Sunshine Law, so we're not able to really talk about things either. So a working session helps the communication with the board, and I mean, I just feel it's important, because we're all here for the same reason. We're all here for the same reason. We're here for the kids. And like Ms. Carmen said a while ago, they are our future. I mean, they are the ones that we are training, and we don't need to be samples, we need to be examples. Anybody be a sample, but it takes a real person to be an example. And that's what we need to do. And that's all I have, because I was just gonna talk about the policies.
I'd like to make a recommendation at some point to start doing a working session, whether it be every other month, whatever that looks like. You know, we can do something.
We've got November 6th meeting. Y'all want to have a working session at 6 o'clock?
It's up September.
Or September. We can do September or
That'd be better.
November.
Up in September.
Would y'all like to have a working session in September 1 hour prior?
That'd be fine with me.
It's good. I think it's a great start, Gary. I do, very much.
Anybody else?
And thank you for putting that on there. I appreciate it.
Anybody else? Ethan, bring us something good in September from school. We're glad to have you, son. We really are.
Absolutely.
We really are. I think that's a wonderful thing. Anybody else?
Well, I'll just make a motion that we go ahead and adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Ms.
Imagine that.
We have a second?
I'll second tonight.
Got a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nick.